I'm been thinking about all sorts of things while I'm watering the garden, and we have all these bones in our bodies, and I wonder how we look after them, and oh, yeah, these flowers are seeing the end of their days. I don't know, I think we've got over 200, probably about 206 bones in our body. And, they're made up of chemicals and minerals and metals and all sorts of things. And I wonder what happens when we get too many of them, which we do. We do get too many of them, and we can then get poison from them. But what about if we don't get enough? Well, that's something that I have experienced, is not getting enough. And so what happens is, the thyroid kicks into panic mode, and because the thyroid really collects a lot of or controls a lot of issues. But what about the kidney? Okay, the kidney really can't allow itself to be damaged. So what happens? It starts taking substances out of our bones and our joints, and it really the starting cause, or can be the starting cause, of so many diseases, but certainly a lot of pain. Certainly a lot of pain, as I've experienced. And so, this lavender needs to have its seeds picked off. But that's what happens when this rosemary is ready to be used to cook. We would look at all sorts of aspects of our bones, and we think, what now? What do we do? And so we start taking supplements, but our body can't absorb them, more than likely. So then what happens? It just pass out, okay, of your system, that is, okay. And then we start trying to heal the kidney by itself, and that's an issue. Instead of looking at all of the 12 systems of the body, and looking at how we can get our uptake of nutrients in our gut from our microbiome being healthy, and think, well, where do we go to from here? Well, I had that challenge just a few years ago, and I turned to frequency healing. The Cell Quicken at that time, where I had bought a Cell Quicken, and I was using it quite successfully for various issues. So I started using the settings to help eradicate the excess metals in my body, which were clearly unhealthy and clearly would be part of Alzheimer's in time to come, because metals are a problem. And so we need to make sure that somehow we get rid of them. So the type of diet in Michael's solution that I've created, there isn't a one aspect that gets rid of the heavy metals. Okay, it's part and parcel of a process, and that all your systems have to be healthy, including your kidneys. Okay, and well, all of the organs as well need to be healthy in order to your body to regulate it and bring itself back. And of course you can get sort of natural frequencies as well by walking barefoot. walking barefoot on the grass and the ground, not on concrete, and so it all plays a role. There isn't a quick fix to get the metals out of your system. There isn't a quick fix for the bones when things have been extracted from the bones. It's not like, I've lost some calcium, therefore I'm going to take some calcium tablets. Okay, it's not going to be that quick and that easy. So it's important to look at the long term. You have to look at the long term. I mean, just think of archaeologists. Okay, they go back millions of years and dig up old, and they find the teeth and the bones of people that were living in that time, and they can tell a massive story. But did you know that we can do that today? Okay, if you take, let's say, a tooth, and so you can analyze. You can see what you were eating when you were 8 years old. You can see what you were eating when you were 20 years old, when you were 30 years old, when you were 40 years old. Okay, and 10 years ago, you can see what you were eating. Now, if that is stored there, that tells you that's what you were eating and whether it was healthy or unhealthy at that time. Okay, you decided to eat that diet, whatever it happened to be. So you're not going to get your bones or even the metal out of your system overnight. Okay, and it's important to look 10 years ahead and decide, this is where I want to be in 10 years time. I want my bones to be healthy, I want my joints to be healthy, and all my sinews and tenures and muscles and everything else, I want them to be healthy. I want all my organs to be healthy. Okay, and so you need to discover your diet for yourself and not somebody else's diet. I offer mine. That's what I do. Okay, it's a solution. You can look at it. It's a starting point for you, but it's my diet. Okay, it's my solution. But it could be a good starting point because you don't have a starting point. This could be a good starting point. But anyway, that's what I was thinking about this morning while I was watering my flowers. And yeah, I sort of stood still. You can gather now that I actually haven't finished watering, but my thoughts took the better of me. So, until next time, gardening with Michael, watering with Michael.